Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Well, we're on the evening of another must-win game against the rejuvenated Kilmarnock under Steve Clarke. Difficult team to beat, second in the league at the minute. Dave King's taking Mike Ashley back to court. Shea Logan and Charlie Nicholas have been bumping their gums about the Rangers, but we'll see how the compliance officer works on that one anyway. But joining us tonight on the panel are my old pal Fox and my old pal Blue Shadow. Evening, gents.
Evening. Evening, True. Evening, Blue.
Alright, Fox.
Evening.
How we doing, lads? Alright?
Aye, alright, pal.
Well, we'll get the Ashley thing out the road first. Dave King's taking them back to court for late payments. Money's Rangers are due. Sports Direct's not paid it yet. Any thoughts on it, Fox?
It's been quite a long running saga, this. I don't know how it'll be resolved, but I think the board will get there eventually. Ashley's put every block in front of you that he possibly could. And I think with Dave King, this is only my personal opinion, as I don't know the inner workings of the board, but I would think that Dave King's done a good job stalling them off, mate, fighting them through the courts, and he's managed to get the share issue through, and now we've got decent backers at the back here as well. I think the fans could wait for the full detailed deal to get fixed out as it does, mate. Maybe take 3 months more, it maybe take 6 months more. But at least their stuff's being sold, and you see them at the games, and you see people with them on when you're walking about during the day. So he's getting there, slowly but surely, and it's been a long slog for him, a lot of court battles. But I think he's getting us to a final conclusion. Just waiting on when that conclusion will be true, you know.
Well, this time, of course, it's no concern. Well, it is concerning the strips indirectly, but it's about overdue payments, Blue Shadow.
That's what I'm reading. It's about overdue payments, like you say, True. But I think it's more about looking for a bit of Mr. King looking for a bit of leverage on Ashley to try and force him into a deal to get him out of the Rangers for once and for all. As you're both well aware, and I'm sure a lot of other people as well, I'm not the greatest fan of Dave King. Total difference to Fox. I think he's, somebody within Rangers has made a total horse's ass of this for me. We should, but then, as Fox says, none of us know the ins and outs of this, so unless you do, it's really difficult to comment on who's in the wrong and who's in the right, from a Rangers point of view. And I like a lot of the boys will still not want to put their money up until such times as we're sure we're rid of Ashley.
I think, and I keep getting back to it, I think the people who signed that original deal were no signing it with Rangers' best interests at heart. That's my feeling on it. If you remember it, defeating both camps, if you like, but I mean, overdue payments for our club at the minute, it's crucial we get money in, we're due. We're not looking for anything we're not due, but certainly getting the money in we're due, and by all accounts it's been a pretty poor return on what we get off our strips or anything. I don't know if that's still the case. We were talking before we came in here, and Fox was saying that none of us really know, and we don't, we go with what we read in the papers, and we all know how much you can believe in there, Fox?
Aye, I know, but I think the reporting that's coming through the courts will be accurate enough, mate. I think they managed to curb the club's retail partnership with the elite group, so I don't know how things are going to go. I keep seeing posts online that there's new strips in different places, so as I say, I think we'll just have to wait and let the board go on with it and finally resolve the matter once and for all. But as for Ashley, him no paying us the money that's due, mate, I don't think he's any intentions of paying that. I think that's what all the court cases are for. So we're paying out more than the expenses fighting some of these things, and we'll make after retail deal as far as I can see,
Well, the thing is, Fox will turn around and say they're holding it back because there's still an ongoing case to decide how much Sports Direct costs were in the last one, because they were awarded the cost. Rangers will need to pay that, so that'll probably be the argument, Shadow?
Oh, I suppose that'll be the excuse anyway. But let's not make any bones about it. This is an argument really between two people, and it's got nothing to do with the companies at all. It's just two huge egos fighting against each other for me. And until such times as there's a court decision that instructs either Sports Direct or whatever other holding companies they've got, that are involved in this. As I say, I don't know the ins and outs. You can guarantee that money won't be paid.
Do you think they're actually involved directly, Dave King and Mike Ashley? I would assume they've got teams of lawyers dealing with all that kind of stuff. And let's be honest, they're the only ones profiting at this, folks.
Aye, it's turned really personal. It's a personal battle between two businessmen, mate, and none of them will cease an inch if they have to. And I don't know. It was one of the things that when Dave King got control, if Ashley hadn't have been such an arsehole, it looked a kind of marriage made in heaven for Rangers. A big sports retailer, the guy that owned it, plenty of money. We were looking for good sponsorship deals. But before Dave King got total control, mate, they were in there to wipe out every asset we have got and put us further and further in debt, just the way he's done with Newcastle. Lend them all the money in the world, but sitting there knowing that eventually he'll sell it and make a profit. He's just a scourge on society, businessman like him, mate, for me,
That's the thing, pal, but you've got to remember, King come in and inherited the contract as well, So, I mean, Ashley's just going to hold him to it anyway, But can I say, anybody that's want to join us, it's 0141 356 1972, or you can hit the Skype button, send a friend's request to rangersradio.online.com, and Fox will bring you into the panel anyway.
Where do you get that rangersradio.online.com for me? I meant to say that to you last night. It's just rangersradio.online. And the truth is, if you've phoned before, I'll be able to bring you straight into the call. But if you haven't, I need to send you a contact request. And when you receive it, if you just accept it, I will then be able to bring you into the call.
Don't make it complicated, ain't you? Am I getting a bit dotty, do you reckon?
Aye, I don't know where the .com back came from.
Nearly are, but who cares? Hey, are you buying me?
Are you joking?
Aye. I see Bridgeman in the lobby. I hope you're having a nice holiday, Bridge. But anyway, Dave King thing, Mike Ashley, anything you want to say on it, Shadow?
I don't think so. I think as much as we've said everything that needs to be said. It's just much the same. And I think it's just Dave King, like I said, looking for a bit of leverage on Ashley to try and force him in the direction he wants to make him go. And of course, Ashley will be dragged kicking and screaming, if at all.
Aye, well, there you go. But can I say hello to all the people coming into the lobby late on? I always feel guilty when people say hello and I don't answer them, but it's a bit difficult when you're on here as well. Another story, Shay Logan. If you can cover the Wayne's ears, shouting, "Up the Rangers!" How do you feel about that one, Shadow?
Just showing what level of class the lad's got in it. He's not got better things to do with his time. It just shows, same as we always say, it's all about the Rangers. They're just totally obsessed with us.
Fox?
Nothing really to say on it, mate. If that's the way he wants to behave, that's the way he'll behave. I can't say it. I think if I was beating the Tims tomorrow, I'd be saying the same thing,
Do you think we get too het up about these kind of things?
Aye, I think we do, mate. I think people get offended awful easily this day and age, mate.
That's a hate crime as far as I'm concerned, mate. It's a hate crime. You should go to prison for that. I don't know what this compliance mob's doing at all. When they can come away with that and getting abuse. If that was a supporter, he would be arrested and lifted and thrown into jail. But because he's a football player and his own party gets away with it, absolutely shocking. But there you go. What do you think, Shadow?
As I said before, it just shows what level of class the guy has, i.e. none.
Should they be arrested?
Oh, come on, if you're a football player, you can get away with blue murder. Look at that one, especially one of theirs. I mean, look at that one, got away with belting the copper, and it's his second or third time doing it?
McGowan.
Seems if you're on the telly or a sports star, you can get away with blue murder. If you're member of Joe Public, you so much as say a word out of line, you're doing the local nick as quick as before you can blink. And I'm sure there's a gentleman on the beach in Spain can attest to that.
Aye, well, there you go.
I think it just reflects on his manager and the club as a whole, mate. I don't think you would see any of our players reacting like that. So it's just a sign to me, a poor manager that his players don't have great respect for other professionals, and they're a shitty wee team with a shitty wee board, as far as I'm concerned.
Aye, definitely. I'm laughing at Cushy. He says his wife talks to him worse than that. Charlie Nicholas has come out. I don't know if you remember in the game on Sunday, Mackay-Steven was running by McGregor and he had a wee snarl at him and McGregor stuck the elbow on him. Charlie Nicholas is going on about that. He's casting up all sorts of incidents and McGregor will be at it again the next time they play Celtic. You know what I mean? What's it all about? Fox?
This seems to be a sort of ongoing problem with other teams and sports thing about digging out players for what they perceive to be wrong. I'm still waiting on the comments about Big Lustig pretending to be struck with an arm and getting downhod in his head, and the boy Stephen McLean get booked. I've not heard one word about it, mate, but they're quick to pick on any Rangers player who they perceive to do wrong. And it's just the way it is in Scotland, mate. Everybody's got a hate. I heard one tonight on the radio as well, going on about Alan McGregor, so F them all.
Shadow?
Well, after that, succinct response from Fox, it's a difficult one there to follow, but I mean, we all know what side these report, the majority of this press lot's on. They don't even try and hide it anymore. And if they can try and stir up something in the press that can put pressure on the SFA, the compliance officer, to take action against McGregor, they will do. It was something and nothing. It was handbags at dawn. If the bloody referee hadn't decided to deal with it at the time and just have a quick word, which is warranted nothing more, any more of that, you're both going in the book. And that's as much as that would have warranted. Didn't even deserve a card each for that sort of nonsense. But that's all they're trying to do, stir up something. And they've done it before. They've managed to get players taken up in front of the compliance by stirring it up in the press. And this is just another example of that against the Rangers.
Aye, I'm laughing at Big George and Lobby and all. He says, that gentleman's never a Logan.
Did they use the phrase gentleman? That's what surprised me.
Aye, spelled it a bit funny right enough. But as far as that Stephen McLean one, I've seen that, Fox. I think they've got him by the short and curlies, mate.
I didn't actually see that particular incident. I was only in the pub and it happened to be on the telly, the incident that I noticed. I said right away to the boys I was sitting with, how does he get away with it? I'm talking about Lustig here. The feigning and he's a big lumpy boy, and he's always at that, mate. Always. He's one of the biggest divers if MD tackles him as well. Their team are full of people like that. Wee Christie and all, we dive and get as well. But nobody mentions any of that. So if Alfredo Morelos happens to get a push in the box, it's always, he gets done too easy, But as soon as some other player for another club does it against us, they're perfectly right to do that. You know, it's just the way the press is. We're all used to it by now, and I don't take it all with a pinch of salt, mate, sorry.
So I know what you're saying, mate, but it's alright taking it with a punch of salt, odds taking it, you know, but the newspapers certainly, and then there are other people starting to get involved at compliance officers and all the rest of it. But you're dead right about Lustig. He's got away with it a few times actually when you think about it. There's a whole lot of diving going on. I would send somebody off, say for a dive, if you get caught diving off the park, you can change your whole scope of a game doing it. I would get you off the park. I think it's a disgusting practice, I really do. And I've seen it being done by Rangers players in the past and all, you know, but no for me, the diving carry on. In fact, I think, see all this retrospective punishment and all that, I think they should do away with it altogether. See, if a referee doesn't see it during the game, that's it. It's gone. Don't know what you think of that. You're not going to tell me either, are you?
No. I wasn't going to bother.
It's one of these daft rules that they've brought in, and the funny thing, it only seems to affect other clubs, but the M&E, I can't remember one Celtic player getting drawn up in front of this compliance officer. I can remember last season Scott Brown kicked the boy in the heat. That he got away with that and all. I mean, it seems to be just one or two teams that are feeling the effect of the compliance officer for me, you know.
I remember Thumb he done all shoving the boys he done into the ground. Was that Hamilton? Not a thing said about it either. You're talking about Brown's elbow and Naismith and all. Not a thing said about it, you know, no punishment, no retrospective action. You know, it's unbelievable what goes on. I see, if you're going to do that, mate, you've got to do it with everybody. Otherwise, forget it. You're leaving yourself wide open to it all. But there you go. I mean, Cushy's put a list in Bobby there if anybody wants to peruse that. But I think if a referee misses it, that's it. Game over. Forget it. Shadow.
I mean, that's it. I mean, it might have been a good idea, but as per usual, the SSA have made a total pig's ear of it. And now, you know, it's so clearly now press-driven, you know, if it's brought up. And that's why all these people on the radio, you know, on the press are bringing all these things up because against the Rangers, because it's like, you know, if we bring it up in the press and put pressure on them, they'll buckle. And everybody knows that. You put any pressure on them, they just fold like a stack of cards, don't they? So they've made an arse of it, so they've got to just stop it now and just let it go. And I would say, yeah, go back to what you were saying, True, and go back for, you know, if it's not dealt with in the match, then just let it go. But for me, if they brought in some of this video refereeing, video refereeing assistant stroke, whatever you want to call it, then that would do away with the need for retroactive action, because because it just gives a minute, quick look at that, right? That's it. You could go and you could go and get an early bath or you know, a card to somebody for simulation. But as folks and yourself were saying not so long ago, how many times is that? I'm trying to keep it polite here, but the Lego bunch have been throwing elbows around. I think he caused one of our centre backs quite a bit of damage with it as well once. So yeah, how many times has he got away with throwing elbows about all over the place, and sometimes right in front of the referee, and nothing got done about it?
Well, that's the thing. You know, it's consistency for me. Consistency of approach. You go back to Andy Halliday against the Morton, getting sent half punch in the air. You've got guys shouting there for Rangers. You've got guys tying scarves onto the posts at Ibrox. You've got all this stuff going on and not a thing done about it. That's when the problem arises for me, because you see your team's getting punished, and you know there's people getting away with all this sort of thing. It brings up a question about impartiality, and I don't think it exists a lot.
Well, because coming back, if I could just jump in there, I'm thinking about tying the scarves. For me, that's got nothing to do with SFA. That's where the police should have been stepped in and gone, right, you come here. That's it. You send it straight into the. You can come down the cells just in your playing gear like that, and have, you know, you can go up in court in the morning for trying to incite a riot.
Well, we were saying that's why Andy Halliday gets sent off. for punching air, you know what I mean? But that is acceptable, that kind of thing. That's what I'm saying about consistency. And I mean, I'm plucking that off the top of my head, you know. I've not went away and thought about it deeply, you know. It's obvious, you know, to all and sundry, but there you go. Anything else catch your eye today, Shadow?
Not terribly much. I didn't see anything apart from obviously the manager's interview, which I'm assuming the good Fox will have a bit later. But you're coming back on what you're saying about the consistency thing. I used to know an old referee who just got up for retirement, but he was very consistent. And if a player came up and gobbed off at him, he went, right, there you go, you can have a card. And so if he kept going, he says, do you want to go for a red one as well? And they soon shut up. And it got to the stage that as soon as he turned up to referee a match, and this is admittedly it was only at junior level, the people who ran the teams were holding him across, keep your gob shut the day, because he will book you, he will send you up, you know he will, and never got any trouble, never got any back chat, never got any trouble off them at all.
Fair comment, Fox.
Aye, fair comment from me, mate. Can't add to that part of it. When you're talking about something catch my eye today, I must admit I did. I was up visiting Hoot up in Fife, and they had lovely Empire biscuits, mate, and chocolate donuts, and fudge donuts it was, sorry. They caught my eye, mate.
Did you bring us one back?
I brought back 2 each of them. No, one, that greedy guy, Billy, ate the further one, but you know what like he is, with sweet things.
Poor Hoot. Eating them out of house and home, Hoot. But anyway, we're talking about tomorrow night's game as well. A must-win again, Shadow.
Oh, absolutely, mate. We're back in the league now. Even more, you know, for me, even more important than the cup semi-final. Got to get 3 points tomorrow night. Team need to get their act together, kind of quick, because Kilmarnock, I think they're sitting second in the league now. So they're obviously been playing quite well. This guy Clark's obviously got them going, and obviously brought in a few players that seem to be coming and hit the ground running. So for the lads, better be ready for tomorrow night, and both ready and to put up a performance for it as well.
Yourself, Fox?
Must win. I think we really, really, really need to win tomorrow night. Be a tough game. They always give us a tough game, Kilmarnock. They've won 4 out of their last 5 games. Admittedly, 4 of them were quite easy games. They've been through a run of all the lower league teams there, gathered up some points. But I think we'll beat them. I always say this anyway, but I do think we're good enough to beat them tomorrow night, as long as we're up and at them. We need an early goal to settle us down. And I'm hoping that we scored very early and put the pressure back on Kilmarnock, mate. That's what I'm hoping for tomorrow.
Well, I think that's why they'll play it again, Fox. I think we're up against it again, and they're going to frustrate the play as much as they possibly can and try and hit us in the break again, you know. But we've got to get fly for this. We've really got to get fly for this. I think the positive for me is we're playing at Ibrox. You know, we seem to have problems, you know, when we travel. When we go on the road. Hopefully tomorrow night we get a reaction for Sunday. I think the team's got to come out there swinging, particularly when you hear what the manager's coming away with in the press conference as well. But do you think he's starting to feel a bit of pressure?
Aye, for me, I feel a bit. I saw the press conference earlier today, and I thought it did look like there was a bit of pressure on him. I think he certainly knows that there's quite a few unhappy Bears about, because he says they've got to come out, they've got to start tomorrow, and because otherwise they might not get the crowd behind them, or words to that effect. That's not it word for word, but that was more or less the gist of the conversation at the start.
We've also been joined by All Big Ulster.
I see him in there. I seen him come creeping in late there. He better have a note. You're selling tomorrow night, Fox. You see them playing it that way?
I think they'll do what they normally do, mate. Sit back and try and hit us on the break. They've got quite the boy Jordan Jones. Was it Jones? What's his name? Jordan Jones. Jordan Jones is quite rapid going forward. The boy Brophy can move a bit. Chris Boyd seems to be out the the run-ins. I don't see him playing tomorrow night. So, but they're quite solid in defence, and we've always struggled or had a hard time against them at Ibrox. I think was it his first game against us, the manager, when Candias missed the penalty and Chris Butt scored against us at Ibrox when we should have been winning that 1 or 2-0. We ended up drawing with them. The last time at Kilmarnock in the League Cup, we beat them, I think it was 3-1. Alfred Morelos, I think, got a hat-trick that night, and that sort of result would go down a treat tomorrow night for us. A wee Alfredo hat-trick, you know.
Aye, Steve Gerrard starting to feel the pressure, do you think, Fox?
I thought he looked a bit strained today during these press conferences. He's normally a wee bit more relaxed than he looked at first. But I think he's a young manager. Look, he's going to make... We were all going to the mistakes that he makes and that, and he will make mistakes. And a lot of people are having a go at him for it. I think he's doing quite a good job. He's stripped out all the rubbish favour club mate, brought in some decent replacements, and I think the next transfer window will add to that. But we've got to back him, mate. We've got to keep backing Steven Gerrard for me, and we've got to keep showing him the support and recognise what he's trying to do at the club. It's not only just the first team, it's everything surrounding him that supports the first team has all been replaced, and it's not that how long is he in charge through? About 185 days or something, somebody said to me. And I think he's getting there, but we'll just have to be a wee bit more patient with him, I think.
Aye, I think we're maybe expecting too much in all, Fox, but we've enjoyed your caller. Evening, caller.
Hi lads, it's Magpie, how you doing?
Magpie, how you doing? Ulster will come to you. And
Looks like I have no chance of getting in there. I'm going to hang up.
No.
Get some coffee now.
Magpie, don't listen to them. So
I know, mate, I know. No, listen, I just want to say what Fox is saying. Listen, I was like most Rangers supporters disappointed. I never liked losing to Aberdeen. But then, you know, when you calm down, I looked at social media, and Gerrard's a new manager playing in football, Scottish football. Basically, let me just say, I looked at the team that were playing. People have got with a lot of injuries and suspensions. And I looked at the team that was playing the other night, and see if you looked at how much money Rangers spent on that team, it's 4 million tops. 4 million. Right, so even if you've got an Aberdeen team that are up for it against Rangers, against a team that costs 4 million, a lot of the other players were loan players, or they got for nothing. I mean, where we were last year, we were down, rightly so, like the rest of the Scottish teams, with the Luxembourgs of the world. That's where we are in terms of football, the Scottish football in general. And we are now competing in Europe against half-decent teams. That is progress. We're going to have bumps along the road. We didn't have any recognised forwards. I would say one mistake I think he's making, I still think Katic is more a goal threat in the other area than Worrell, and he scored a few good goals for us. And I would personally prefer him to be playing, but then that's just my opinion. As I said, everybody, we've all done it. We all think we're great football managers. We can spot things other people can't spot. You know, and we could put a team out there to beat Aberdeen. It just doesn't work like that. We're going through a bad time. If you look at the start of the season, lads, Rangers, if you watch the difference between Rangers then and Rangers now, I don't know what's happened, but when the friendlies were playing with no pressure, there was 5 men in the box at times. It's completely different. And as I said to you, we have had injuries, we have had suspensions. He said no luck with the players he's tried to buy in. If you look at the players he's brought in, the amount that are injured, you know, you're talking about a couple of international players, or 2 or 3, 4 international players. You know, we might just don't have the depth of squad. I do think maybe Jack and Koulibaly can't be playing in the same midfield or two. We need more. We need more creativity and another forward. Hopefully, we can get another forward in January if we can hang on to your coattails. But we've not had much luck. Gerrard's not had much luck. Let's be 100% honest in Scottish football. And we've got to give the guy time. It's his first game. But you'd much rather go back to the days of Pedro and some of his press conferences, you know, and stuff like that. I mean, I'm quite happy with the man. I like the way he handles the press. I firmly believe that I want my manager to turn around and say, listen, there's nobody just going to come and play a 5 out of 10 performance for Rangers. And let's be upfront and honest with it, lads. If anybody wants to say it different, that's what our squad is. We're a squad, if you were to take out a 10, it's 5 or 6 out of 10 players. We've got type players. We're not the Rangers of old. We're not the Gascoins and the Laudrups. We're far from it. But by God, we've made some progress from last year. You know, we can all remember the Luxembourg result that haunts us. You know what I mean? And that's just basically all I've got to say, lads. I don't know if you guys agree with that.
Fire away, Ulster.
I think Magpie's right there, you know, what it says. Can't really disagree with that. I think he says, probably, unfortunate, obviously, having no recognised strikers. Well, I know Sadiq, but I'm talking about like our recognised strikers that we would normally have on the field to play with Lafferty and Morelos. Unfortunately, he went with Sadiq. That was the only striker he had, and he went with him. I think most of us were maybe thinking he'd went with Kent or someone up there, but no, what Magpie's saying is right. You know, I agree with him. I think we definitely have seen progress. Definitely in European football, we've definitely seen ourselves starting to build a wee bit of a fortress again at Ibrox Park. Apart from a few away results haven't went our way, in the main things are looking on the up. You know, you will get Rangers supporters though that will crack up, you know, because they want to win every single game like us all do. But I think if you're thinking of it logically and, you know, in a calm head, I think if you can definitely see the positives, and I'm really confident that Stevie G will get it right. You can, especially in his interviews, you know, at least he comes out, he's honest when we're not playing well. He tells the fans what they want to hear, obviously, as well, but, you know, he doesn't hide from anything. And I think you've seen a wee bit of anger in himself because he probably knows that the players he's putting out there could probably do a wee bit more. He obviously sees them in training and believes they can do more. And he's obviously now fired the warning out to these players, you know, if you don't start putting what you do in training on the field to play on a Saturday or a Sunday or whatever you're playing, then you won't be at the club much longer. And I think that's a fair assessment from the gaffer. But he'll get it right. I think we just have to stick with him. He's a very young manager. But he is getting experience at Rangers as his first main big job. But he'll get it right. He'll probably need another window or two because the squad, if you look at it last season, was pretty pathetic, if we're being honest with ourselves. But he's getting there, definitely. You can see improvements, and that's all I wanted, basically, for this season, to start seeing some improvements, see how we can go. And so far I've seen that. But I think if another window or two under Stephen Gerrard, I think we'll be a real force to be reckoned with in Scotland.
Well, I certainly hope you're right, mate, but I think Magpie makes a pertinent point we tend to forget. For me, there's a couple of things at play here. Our form in Europe, you know, Villarreal or Aberdeen better than Villarreal? Or the Monkeys? You know, you look at Spartak Moscow, you look at Rapid Vienna, we've had great results against all of them. But I think that's also covered the fact that our domestic game has not been that great on a few occasions. But exactly what Magpie says, he's come to a massive club, Stephen Gerrard. It's his first foray into management. You know, what a hell of a first gig he's taken on. And I think he is learning as he goes along, Fox.
I think it's hard for him, mate. He's bought in kind of well so far, but sometimes you need a bit of luck to find your right formation, your right players in that formation. As we all know, through injuries, he's had to chop and change who plays where, and it's all part of the learning game. I mean, if you look at, as an example, Marino at Man United, mate, you know, he's got a squad full of real talented players, and yet people like him sometimes find it difficult to find the right tactics and the right players playing in that tactic to be a really good side. And on the other extreme, you had the likes of Leicester when they won the Premier League, where a manager and a group of players just somehow came together and played great for a season and won the Premier League down there. A lot of it's been luck, mate, and a player getting injured, you bring in another player, and he seems to fit into that position. Maybe you've no bought him for that position, but he does and it works, and then suddenly your fortunes change a bit, you know. As I say, a lot of it for a manager is just finding the right plugs to put in the right holes, and I don't think he's had that long a time to actually do it yet, you know. The other time I was going to ask was Magpie was, do you think he's underestimated Scottish football? And in that way, what I want to say about that is, Magpie, that teams don't come out and to play a game of football. When we play against them, it's 10 men behind the ball, and you've got decent players there, but what you really need is real good quality to open them up, mate, and I think that's what he's finding hard at the present time.
Well, can I say something about Fox? See, if you look at that Rangers midfield, right, in my lifetime as a Rangers fan, I've never known a Rangers midfield that never cost a penny. If you take Candelas just hit that, right, if you don't count him as a midfielder, that midfield's playing never cost a penny. Not one penny. That was playing the other night. It's loan deals and free transfers. And that's, so he's had to come in and deal with that. But also, he's got these artificial pitches. We've got referees who allow things to happen on football parks that wouldn't be allowed to happen anywhere else in Europe. Some of the tackles and the aggressive play that goes on. Morelos has been deliberately targeted, and referees give Morelos no protection for that at all. In fact, Morelos ends up getting booked. And basically, you can see, I don't see anywhere else that you see the intimidation that happens with Rangers. He is now known, he's now seen by the press for the stupid questions, the way the questions are asked, the way that question was asked to Rossiter today, when it really should have been directed at him. Basically, just what it's all about in Scottish football, and I think he did. I don't think he was prepared for everything. I don't think he's prepared for the level of hatred in the media up here, or, you know, like actual for the rest of the fans. I think he probably did underestimate it. I think he thought that he could win with some good, skillful young boys, but I think we need an experienced head. I kind of Steve Davis. I don't know if he's got the legs, but somebody that can control that midfield is what I'd like to see. I don't think the one mistake I'll say is Fox is I don't think he had enough backup for the forwards. Lafferty was brought in. I'm surprised he actually identified Lafferty, but he could do a job, Lafferty. But he's got his own things to be dealing with at this time as well. But yeah, I think he has underestimated that. In fact, I'll just say something. I'd like to have seen. I'm a Greg Docherty fan. I thought he's only a young boy. I thought he'd have prospered under Stephen Gerrard. I was surprised when they let him away, and I'd like to see that boy back. But yeah, I think so. I think he has underestimated it. But I think he will learn. I think if he can keep on their coattails, and we get another window, and we can give him a run for the money this year.
I think you make a good point, Magpie, in terms of Greg Docherty, but I think he's let Greg Docherty go in order to get game time. You know, at that point, it wasn't foreseeing. You know, Jamie Murphy, Graham Dorrans, and Barisic, people getting injured all over the place. You know. Where maybe Greg Docherty would have seen a lot more football than Stephen Gerrard was expecting. But I think you're right, and you touched on it there. The last shadow, I think a Rangers team faces unique circumstances in Scotland as opposed to any other team. I keep saying it on here. The Kilmarnock we play tomorrow night is maybe not the same Kilmarnock everybody else will play. You know, with the amount of effort we put in, and we've seen it with the likes of Logan, you know, that's typical behaviour we've come to expect. Shadow?
Yeah, mate, I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, you get an extra 10-15% from any team that comes up against the Rangers, there's no doubt about it for me. Of course, it's not a surprise when one decent performance could possibly earn you a contract that could totally change your life for you. So it's hardly surprising that we expect these teams to put in that increased performance against us for me. But I'm afraid I'm going back. I agree that I don't think Greg Docherty should be gone out on loan. I mean, we signed Sadiq on the 10th I think it was the 10th of July. I was just looking it up, 10th of July or something. And we didn't let Zach Rudden go until the 31st of August. So by that time, if Gerrard can't work out in 6 weeks that Sadiq is a total pun and shouldn't have been signed in the first place. What he was doing, letting Zach Rudden go out on loan and leaving us short of strikers is another thing that's beyond me. But just because you're criticising individual things that the manager's doing doesn't mean that you're not supporting the manager. For me, in my book, I mean, I still think Steven Gerrard can do it. He's still got a lot to learn. Whether the Rangers job and everything that goes with it, not just managing it, but all the rest of the absolute nonsense that comes off predominantly from the press and a few other things as well. I don't think he was expecting that, and I think he's learning a lot from that as well.
Okay, mate, but we're joined by one of the decent Logans. Evening, George. What's in your mind tonight, mate?
How you doing, boy? You alright?
Aye, okay, pal. Yourself?
Aye, just what you were saying there. I mean, I agree with Fox saying give Steven Gerrard plenty of time. He's doing a great job. I'll qualify my saying that first of all, but I didn't want to ever get to a point because he's Steven Gerrard true. He's immune to criticism. For my honest opinion, he got it completely wrong on Sunday. Completely and utterly wrong. When he seen it wasn't working, he waited 8 minute to making it a substitution true. And I knew the big guy, Sadiq, didn't play too bad for me, if I'm being honest. True, Ken, I thought he'd done no too bad. Wasn't the worst player in the park, but it tells you about some of the players that played on Sunday. Some of them just weren't up for it on Sunday and just didn't play their best game on Sunday, which is fair enough. But the big guy didn't play his worst game. But the games I've seen him playing for Rangers in the past, it didn't look like, I wouldn't have him in a five-a-side team, true. And that's not me being horrible at the big guy. He just doesn't look Rangers class.
Look, mate, in favour of the big guy, that's his first competitive game. I don't know what we were expecting for him. I said at the time, sorry to cut you there, George, but I said at the time, I was dying to see Umar Sadiq in the flesh, playing a full game, but no in a cup semi-final.
Yeah, well, that's my thing. I mean, the games we've seen him coming on at Ibrox, he's failure of the ball, and Ken, you think to yourself, I can't see him being a striker in Scottish football. Maybe one day he'll prove us all wrong, true. But if we've not got three forwards, as in even with three wingers like we were talking about last week, the wee boy Middleton through the middle, or putting Kent in one and Middleton out wide, or the foreign boy we signed as well through the middle. How we couldn't have done that on Saturday. To try and break them down, let them all intertwine, see how they're going to work out. I just didn't think that was the right game to bring that wee guy in, the big guy, in on Sunday. True, I think it was a wrong decision for Steven Gerrard. No, I'm not out to start criticising him already, but when he does something wrong, let's say he does something wrong, just because it's Steven Gerrard doesn't mean he can't get criticised. He got it wrong on Saturday, and see after about 65-70 minutes, he knew. I knew he wasn't going to break that defence down with that team. True. So how could he not try and change that or do something a wee bit different? Because I didn't think we were ever going to score against them. And when they scored, I think he brought on 2 substitutions straight away. I think he just got it all wrong on Saturday. And see, to be honest, true, it's one of these things. You can't win them all, but he got it wrong.
I think you're right, George, but I think us as Rangers supporters, we need to accept. Now, forget Steven Gerrard. If we've got a new manager coming in there and he brings in a squad of players, we're going to give him time. I think that's because, again, I'll go back to the European results. I think they've conned a lot of us that we're a lot better than we are. We've been absolutely fantastic in Europe, don't get me wrong, read me wrong here, but he's a new guy into a job, one of the biggest clubs in the country, massive institution, hostile press, a lot of people detest us, and he's walked in the door and he's got to come to terms with a lot of things he wouldn't have to at another football club, if you like. But I think we, as Rangers supporters, need to accept he's learning his trade and he will make mistakes along the way. Jump in, guys. Tear me
Playing devil's advocate, George, right? See, up until Aberdeen scored, who was the better team? I know they were both poor, but who was the better team at the time?
That's right, Fox, I agree with that, but I didn't think we ever looked, and honestly, Fox, I didn't think we looked like we were ever going to score.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. Aye. I mean, I've seen him get slaughtered. I wanted Arfield to come on myself earlier, just because of the fact that he gets into the box and a chance that he could score a goal. But if you're standing at the sidelines and he's the manager, he thinks his team are on top. The other team don't look like scoring. And once he scored, he has to make changes to get back into the game. I think he was, quite honestly, I think they were quite happy to keep playing the way they are. If we went to the 90 minutes, he would use his substitutes in extra time. And
That's what I think
was
was quite a day, Fox. That's what I think. I think
it backfired. It backfired, but that's the only way. As I say, I'm only playing devil's advocate, George, and seeing, but maybe he's seen for the sidelines, you know.
And you're absolutely bang on, Fox. I'm 100% bang on what you're saying there. And the only reason I'm saying what I'm saying is, Ken, I didn't want it to be, because we might have got it last season, whoever got it this season, people just get it quite quick. I'm not wanting just because he's Steven Gerrard, he's got to get an easy run, because it's Rangers he's at. I mean, that's the way it should be. He should be getting questioned. And I agree with you 100% that I think we could have played there for another 90 minutes again, Fox. I don't know if we would have ever scored with that team, to be honest. But going back to Thursday night as well, I thought we were great, good in defence on Thursday night, good in the midfield on Thursday night, but then we got up to a certain point there was nothing there again. I think that was 90 minutes and we looked like we weren't even ready to score, if you know what I mean, Fox. And it's we are probably short up front, and that's not down to Steven Gerrard, but probably are just a bit short up front. Morelos getting booked and getting sent off, and Big Lafferty being cup tied. These things happen, but I just think that try something a wee bit different, a wee bit earlier on, if it looked like, because that's you into 90 minutes on Thursday and probably 70 or 80 minutes on Sunday, and you've not scored a goal. Just go for it, because I think Aberdeen were hanging out for the draw anyway, and us to go to 90 minutes and then make substitutions, I think it was a bit. I don't even know word I'm looking for. I think it was a bit silly in Steven Gerrard's part, to be honest.
George, I have a question for you, mate. What changed from before the international break? Because we were playing brilliant when we did Hearts and we did Rapid Vienna, and now we're coming in from the Hamilton game and the Spartak game, and now the Sheep. And to me, it's almost like a different sides.
But was it not the same at the last one as well?
It was, yeah. That's what I'm a wee bit worried about,
It's like we're coming. These European results, I mean, they're just different class for us now, and then we're coming into these league games and we're hammering teams at Ibrox and things like that, and then we're going to an international break and we just kind of get our feet back on the ground. I don't know what it is. I noticed that last time as well, but I think we'll kick on. I mean, I think we'll kick on, and see, to be honest, any team getting beat 1-0 off of Aberdeen in a semi-final, it's not the most horrible. It's a horrible team to get beat off of, but Ken, Aberdeen are probably half the team we are. They've probably got 50% more energy than any other team when it comes to playing against Rangers. But see, at the end of the day, we can't be too down on them. My point is, I just think that Steven Gerrard got it wrong on Saturday. He's not got a lot wrong. I'll be honest, he's not got a lot wrong. But I think he got that wrong, and I think we just need to kick on. The Morning Night's massive. That makes the Morning Night even bigger for me.
You like to come back in, Magpie?
Well, see, the one thing, let's just listen to all that, which I was saying. I agree with a lot of it, but the Sadiq thing is quite interesting. I've seen on social media him getting slaughtered, and I actually heard Ali McCoist and Rob McLean slagging him off for diving. Now, Sadiq came to Italian football where you go down with the man who touching the box. It's a done thing, and the guy's saying 2 or 3 minutes to go. Everybody's saying, he was straight through, he was going to score. I don't know about that, but when he feels a nudge in the back, he went down. The guys get slaughtered for it. See, if we won a penalty, we'd be quite happy. Do you know what I mean? But get back to my worry about Rangers just now is Morelos is being targeted and he's not learning, and he must be due near a suspension for league matches, the amount of bookings he's getting, and that's a worry. Gerrard's even admitted that the Ayr United game he shouldn't have played Morelos. We're pinning our hopes in one guy, and that's probably been the fault. We've got too many similar midfielders and not enough forwards, and that's why I said I hope that we can hang on to their coattails right up to Christmas. Even if we grind 1-0 wins, I'd be quite happy, and then get somebody in, because we're definitely only going to need somebody in, just in case of that scenario at Morelos does suffer suspension.
Where would you strengthen then up front?
Well, if Morelos is going to be suspended, we need somebody who can fit into that role. Now, I don't know. Some people want the powerhouse, the big sort of, people are saying Lewis Moult and stuff. I don't know if it suits Gerrard's style of play. I'd like to see obviously a box-to-box midfielder, something who can give them support. At the start of the season, I think it was Bury where there were 5 different scorers. if you looked at that game, I know there was no pressure on him. There's 5 guys in the box. That's just kind of stopped now. And basically, I don't know. I'd be quite happy to have a live wire, somebody that kept. I thought Jason Cummings got a hard time. The Rangers fans forget the kind of standard of football we've got. People are saying Cummings isn't good enough for Rangers. If you look at the players we've got, lads, and be upfront and honest, we'd have said 10 years ago these guys weren't good enough for Rangers. That's just what the standard of Rangers players we've got. I just like somebody that would give us that bit of energy, somebody that would, be a pain in the arse, in and out the box, just that anybody with any half decent quality player would do a turn for Rangers, in this league.
All right, pal, we joined with Cushy number. Evening, Cushy. Welcome to the show. What's in your mind?
Evening, guys. Just a point with regards to our forward line. I understand exactly what the guys are saying in terms of trying to strengthen it. But at the moment, we have essentially one guy who's the focal point of our entire team up front. The other 2 boys who play up with McIndace and Kent are essentially wingers. And we brought in Lafferty. And I think at the time, the gaffer's idea was to try and play 2 up front. But we don't have the midfield to be able to control a game when we play 2 up front and take one of those guys out of the midfield. So we're essentially left with Morelos up front as a kind of sole striker, if you like, in the middle of the park, and Lafferty's his backup. Now, Lafferty has not started a game since the end of last month. He's only started 2 in something like 10 games, I think it is. So when Morelos is fit and ready, Morelos is the man that's chosen, and Lafferty's his backup. If we're going to bring another forward, he is going to be probably at best a third choice forward, and he's going to get a game every so often, unless we change our formation. And the only way we were going to be able to change our formation is if we strengthen our midfield. So I don't think it's quite as easy as just saying we need to strengthen up front, because I think we do with only 2 guys. I don't think there's any question about that. But unless we actually change our formation, unless we bring quality into the midfield that can control a game with 4 guys in that midfield, it's going to be Morelos up front with Lafferty's replacement, and then another as a third choice if those 2 guys are injured or go off the boil. And if I was a striker and I was going to sign for Rangers, and the boss was the first question I would ask Gerrard is, where are you going to play me? What kind of game time am I going to get? Now, at the moment, Gerrard's answer to it, I thought, would be, you're going to be third choice, and unless 2 guys are injured or are off the boil. And I'm not sure, any strikers worth his salt would actually sign under those circumstances. So, I think not only do we have to strengthen up front, but that midfield, in order for us to play 2 guys up front, is going to have to be massively. There's going to have a massive uplift in quality before we can consider actually changing that formation. Because as soon as we bring someone out of midfield and bang them up front and go 4-4-2 or whatever, we're absolutely hopeless.
Well, remember we've got a midfielder coming back to the club on the 31st of December, mate. There's that, but I think that's a great point. If you talk about Lafferty, he's been tending to play Lafferty out wide if Morelos is in the team as well. And is he seriously going to displace Glenn Middle, Nirosh Grezna, or on the other side Ryan Kent? Or, I don't see it. Shadow?
For me, if just because you sign another striker, what makes him third striker? Why do so many teams down south run with a minimum of 4 strikers? And the fact is, when you sign as a striker for a club, you're not signing as 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. At the moment, Morelos has the number 1 jersey, and I think that's it. Lafferty's not proved himself for anything yet. So he's no number 2 by any stretch of imagination. It's up for any striker that comes in to make a case for him starting in front of anybody else. And if you want to go and that's the thing, if you're changing it from 4-3-3 should I say, to 4-4-2, that totally changes the dynamic, and it affects not only the players up front, because you can close down up there, but also as well if the wingers are working back and everything. it's a totally different dynamic, and it doesn't just affect the players that are in the centre of the park for me. You mean it affects the players in the centre of the park, as you can't play two players in there that are too attacking if you're playing with two wingers. You know, that's why sometimes, you know, when Walter was playing 4-4-2, he'd have a winger on one side, but he'd have somebody more defensively minded. The big German springs to mind. He quite often played on the left-hand side, and he'd sit a lot more and allow most of it to come down the right-hand side. It all depends. You can play it in totally different ways, and totally depends who you're playing against as well.
Okay, Andy, come on.
I think Cushy's bang on. I think Cushy's bang on, mate. Look, our problem is we're both kind of reasonably well in the summer, but I think we've got good options with Morelos and Lafferty up front. I don't think a striker is a priority for me. At the back, we've got a choice of 4 centre-halves now. We've got Barisic, who's a decent left-back. We've got Taverner, or a lot of people go against him as soon as we lose. It's great when we're winning and he's supplying balls into the box and scoring goals. We've got Flanagan as a backup. We've got Halliday as a backup. It's the middle of the park. And I think he put a lot of his faith in Ajaria, mate, because he does look a decent prospect to be a good midfielder that could possibly open up defences. But I think what we need is an experienced midfielder that can control the ball. Ajaria, as I say, I think was his main hope to do that job until we got to the January window, and hopefully he could pick up somebody that's going to do that job. And I think he's also looked at our midfield and says maybe that'll get us to January. And I think he was quite happy with the squad when we started kicking off. And it's just that we're finding now against, there's only possibly 2 teams in Scotland that will give you an open game. The Tims and Hibs, mate. The other teams do not attempt to play football, and that's what's finding us out in the midfield and why we struggle against their teams. We do well in Europe because they teams do play a bit of football against us, gives us a bit of space, a bit of time to counter-attack or just go an all-out attack as we've been doing it at Ibrox. And it's a different game of football altogether.
First, can I come in? I'll put this to you guys. It's when Ali McCoy was playing, I know we were playing 4-4-2, Ali McCoy, when Souness came in, was made third choice striker. Ali McCoy's fought and got back into the team. It was Maurice Johnson and Mark Hateley. Now, let me just say, see if Morelos gets injured, are you seriously think the Rangers can pin their hopes in Lafferty? Just one striker with no backup. What I'm trying to say to you, I'm not saying get a world-class striker or some striker. A guy like Ayr United, like Shanklin, somebody who wants to play for the club, somebody, a boy that can come in. If you look over the side at the end of the city, Griffiths can't get a game, and he's an international. Because they've got, you know, when they had Dembele and the other boy to Man City, you do need, there's no way you can win titles with one striker. If that one striker is a shit, rotten game, and you've got nothing to bring off the bench, we're getting games like we've had the last 2 where nobody looks like scoring. So that's why I say we do need a third striker. And it's I think it was it Blue that said that any player come to Rangers shouldn't be coming to sit on the bench anyway. They should be coming to put a challenge in and say I'm going to give it 100% and force my way into this team. I'm not saying bring somebody in just to make up the numbers. I mean, like, soon as you bring Davy Dodds in and Andy Gray, they done a turn. Do you know what? They were only to make up the numbers. But seriously, Morelos is going to be close to suspension. He's not learning as far as I'm concerned. And we could end up in a situation where Lafferty could be injured and we'll have no strikers. So, for me, it's a priority. It's all about opinion, lads. We definitely need, we're very short. We've seen in the last 2 games we're short of a different type of centre forward, do you know what I mean, to change the game. And I think Gerrard will know that. I mean, we've been linked with Solanke for how long? So I wouldn't be surprised if you've got somebody on a loan deal coming in, but I cannot say for it's definite that we can pin our hopes in one centre forward. Because see, when Rangers were playing, when Alan McCoy broke his leg, if we were playing with that one forward, what would have happened for the rest of that season? That's just my opinion, lads.
That's a fine.
I don't think.
Cushy, we've run right into the cultural interlude. I'll bring you straight in after it. If Fox can line us up a tune and we can all go and mute, gentlemen.
We are the people who sing of victory until the football glory from Kilmarnock to Dundee. We follow Glasgow Rangers, our hearts are strong and true. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue. A goal, we're ready to acclaim. A goal, to win another game. We follow Glasgow Rangers, our hearts are strong and true. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue. We'll be there at Ibrox when Rangers take the field. They'll follow on to triumph, for we know they'll never lose. And 60,000 voices will cheer the whole game through. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue. A goal, we're ready to acclaim. A goal, to win another game. We follow Glasgow Rangers, our hearts are strong and true. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue.
Brilliant. She just loves a slosh, by the way. She loves it slosh. But anyway, listen guys, there's quite a few in the lobby. I'm going to bring Cushy in. If you feel you've got something to add, just jump in, please. Because by the time it gets in and circle and gets back to you, sometimes the train of thought's lost. But there you go. Cushy, you were wanting to come in?
Yeah, it's just, I don't think, just in response to what the guy was saying, I'm not sure, I think it was Magpie, but I'm not sure. I don't think anybody's doubting the fact that we need some options up front. But I don't think we have the same scenario that he touched on in terms of the McCoy scenario, where there was, because Haley and Johnson up front and McCoy was on the bench, but there was always 2 out of 3 playing. The way we play with football at the moment, we don't really have that scenario, because it's Morelos up front, or if he's not playing for whatever reason, it's Lafferty up front. So, there was always, but there was so, with the way we used to do it, it was always kind of 2 out of 3. Now it's kind of 1 out of 3, for want of a better word, if you include Sadiq as a third man. I think we do need options, but I think if it just brings me back to my initial point. I think if we want to sign quality, that quality player is going to be looking for games, and the way he's going to, and I don't see he's dropping Alfredo Morelos just for a new signing coming in. To be honest with you, the guy's our top goal scorer, he's our top assist maker. He's fundamental to how we play. So if we are going to bring in another striker and revert to a 4-4-2 and a more attacking formation, it's not just about strengthening up front. We are going to have to bring in quality that can look after itself in midfield when there's only 4 players there, and we absolutely don't have that. I think one of the guys mentioned earlier on that we've got a midfield, almost an entirety of midfield has not cost a bean. And I was amazed actually to hear that, and I absolutely don't doubt it as soon as it was said. But I think it's an absolutely amazing statistic. So if we, I think, to be honest, I think the whole squad needs improving across the board and not just up front. We certainly need options there, but our midfield has to start standing up for itself with the quality they require in order that we can actually put 2 guys up front and look after themselves. We don't have that at the moment, and with 5 of our 10 out of a few players being loans, Gerrard's got a task in front of him, I think, to get the quality in that he wants to for a reasonable price in a very short period of time before some of these loan deals start ending.
Anybody want to jump in?
Can I come in? It was me, Cushy, who mentioned it, but the midfield costing nothing. Now, I'll say it again, because listen, I don't think. I think we're very. We're running a risk. We ran a risk. Gerrard admitted it, playing Morelos against Ayr United. We couldn't afford Morelos to be out that game. That's the manager telling you how much emphasis he puts on one player. Now, if I say again, worst case scenario, Morelos gets injured, Morelos is suspended, Lafferty's head's all over the place with stuff that's getting written in papers about him. How do you expect Rangers to actually put in a challenge? I'm excluding Sadiq, because I can't see that guy being here after the new year. I don't think it would be right to have him here. When there's young guys like Andrew Dallas and stuff like that in the reserves, I'd rather see them come through and bolster the squad rather than him taking up a place. I do believe we might go in for somebody again, might be a loan deal, but I'm pretty sure that, let's be honest, the last two games, and if you take the Hamilton game, we've only scored 2 goals without penalty kicks. Do you know what I mean? Free open play, and Morelos has scored one of them basically. So I do know that Arfield can make a difference in midfield, but we're going to struggle against packed defences if we've not got another option. If Morelos is having a stinker and we need somebody else to come in to change the game, we need game changers, and that's the only reason I'm saying we do need a third striker. As I said, Gary with Blue, I said, if I'm coming to play for Rangers, I'm not coming to sit on the bench. I wouldn't expect anybody to come to sit on the bench. They need to be challenging. We've always had players challenging for positions. And it might be that Gerrard might decide to go 4-4-2 in some games. Who knows? He's obviously, the teams he's played for, if they play with one man up front, they've had midfielders who can get in the box, or they've got a midfielder like yourself that can just go for 30 yards. We don't have those players. But that's just, it's a point, it's all about opinion. You know what I mean, lads? That's what I love about this platform. It's all about opinion. Not everybody's going to agree with me, and I wouldn't expect that. But that's just how I feel anyway. I just do think we're very short, and I can see us having problems in away games. I mean, I'd dread to go to play Hibs without any forwards. Do you know what? I would dread it away from home. And I just hope, that Morelos does stay fit, and I do hope that Morelos does manage to, not be pestered into being booked, because that's what's been happening. And
I think it was apparent on Sunday, guys, how much Morelos was missed. And it is a wee bit worrying for me if the opposition are aware of how fundamental, as you say, he is, Magpie, to the team. If you need to snuff one man out to make a team impotent, I don't know, it doesn't make good reading for me, certainly not for a Rangers team,
Well, Windass wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but he does chip in the odd goals. With Waghorn before that, they were decent players. They played decent level just now. As I said to you, I mean, these are decent players, decent enough for Scottish football. We're short of these two kind of players just now, and we have Morelos, and he is the focal point. And for a club the size of Rangers, well, we still like to think we're a big club, because we are. We don't have enough options. That's my honest opinion. Remember that there was a time we used to say 2 players for every position. So there'd be 4 forwards at one time. I understand the style of football Steven Gerrard's playing. Just now it's 1 up front. Maybe that's a mistake, because they're going to come up against packed defences, all the time. And again, you're relying on that guy to have a good game, or not get sent off for doing nothing like he has done against Aberdeen. No, it was all about opinion. It's great to hear. I'm going to go over and let you guys get on with it, because I don't want to be taking up your whole programme. Thanks for letting us on.
It's always a pleasure to have you on, Magpie. You'll make salient, passionate points, mate. So it's not a problem about you calling in. Don't ever think that.
Oh no, mate. Listen, it's good to hear you again, too. By the way, and I hope I'll be happy at 1-0 tomorrow, but 2 or 3 would do me even better, mate.
Aye. Thanks, mate.
Fox, can I butt in there quickly?
Aye, go ahead, quick.
Just quickly, it's just about the wee competition. Just true. One of our listeners donated one of the tickets for tomorrow night's game. We've done a wee thing on Facebook, and if you look at the video there on Facebook, Old School Blues done a wee random draw for us. So the winner was number 41, Thomas Laird. So congratulations. If you private message the page, we'll work out getting the ticket to you tomorrow before the tomorrow night's game.
Well done, Ulster, well done, mate. No, I was just going to say thanks to Magpie there. Oxford having a wee break, and he'll be back when he's back. Simple as that. Sorry, Cushy, you want to come on? George, Blue, I'm very aware you guys have been quiet and kind of on the sidelines there. And you want to come on and say anything?
I was going to just agree with Magpie was saying there, Drew. When we were talking about having two strikers, I mean, you can lose two strikers in the one game, True. Simple as that, Ken. I mean, you see what happened to Hearts the other day. Naismith in the first half, 20 minutes in the game or something like that, and they lost their striker. You can do that 15 minutes in the game too, and actually lose the two strikers in the one game, True. I think, my honest opinion, I would have liked to have seen me Cummingstein. A lot of folk didn't like him. I liked his wee aggression, and he never really got a great run in the team, if we're honest about it, last season, True. But who did show up in our team last season? I would have liked to have kept him, and I think he would have been the kind of guy that would have been happy to fight away and battle away for his place. I honestly believe he would have eventually in our team, True. Just because his willingness and the wee bit, like Bridgman says, the wee bit of swagger and his things like that. I like that about somebody, True, and I think we could have been doing with somebody like that. Sitting about the team now, because folk are talking about us going and getting a top class striker. Now we're not going to get one of them in January unless you've got to pay $1 million. You're not going to get a top class striker in January. But for see somebody like him, or even the boy Louis Moore was at Motherwell, guys that you can do it in this league, True. Guys that have done it in this league before, because we Morelos can do it in Europe for us now. Lafferty's done it in Europe for us. So if they guys are playing on a Thursday night or are playing a cup game on a Wednesday night, whatever it is you're playing, and you've got a Motherwell or a Kilmarnock or something like that, and you need a goal on a Saturday or Sunday, we should be able to have a guy in there that can step in and take your place. And that's what Cummins would have done for me, True. That's why I think we're definitely short up front, because I mean, no offence to you guys, a Rangers player, but I can't ever seen Sadiq being a Rangers player. I didn't think he was terrible on Sunday, True. I really didn't think he was terrible, but I just don't think he was. I don't think he'll ever be a Rangers player. I'd just like to get a wee bit of backup there. But something else that Magpie was saying as well, I mean, let's be honest about it, True. See if Morelos was playing on Sunday, did we make any chances, really, for a range striker?
I don't think so, mate. And I think Big Sadiq's become somewhat of the whipping boy for it on Sunday, you know.
Aye, well, I don't think we made any. I mean, I didn't think we should have been in the team either, but I don't think he was. I don't think we made any great chances on Sunday anyway, True, for like the likes of Lafferty or Morelos and that. So maybe we're being a wee bit unfair. Like, I just think that the games I've seen him playing, falling out of the ball and falling out of his feet and things like that, I just didn't rate him, and that's my opinion. Like, but I don't think we made any clear chances on Sunday, sorry.
Aye, fair enough, George. Anybody else want to come in? Cushy?
Yeah, I think with that, I think Morelos makes his own chances, you know, and he does come deep and he does start moves off. He has got the most assists out of the team, so he does create chances for others. You know, I don't subscribe to the view that Morelos wouldn't have made a difference for us on Sunday. I think he would have made a big difference. But you know, it's guesswork at the moment. The game's passed. You know, and it's done, and it's all ifs and buts and maybes at the moment. But I think given what Morelos has done to us for this season, then it would have been a totally different kettle of fish, to be honest with you, on Sunday with him on the park. Yeah, that being said, you know, he does have to watch what he's doing. There's entire teams are now targeting him to get him sent off. I thought it was really, really noticeable with the Spartak game when some of the Spartak players were actively waiting on him to try and foul them, but then drop on the ground and start rolling about in order to try and get him booked and getting sent off. And it wasn't just one or two players in the Spartak team. It was every single player when Morelos was near them was trying to get some contact with him in order that they could just drop to the floor as soon as possible and put the pressure on the referee for Morelos. He's going to get that across in Russia, no question about it. You know, we've seen it it's been a bit patchy, I think, in Scotland. It certainly happened, but it was really prevalent for me in the start of the game when every single time Morelos come near any of their players, there was a definite attempt to try and get them booked in with the obvious end game of getting them sent off. So the boy needs to watch what he's doing. Obviously, I agree with the callers. We are far too dependent on Alfredo Morelos, and if he gets injured, at the moment, the way we play with football, we win up front essentially. If Alfredo Morelos gets injured at the moment, our season's finished. So, and I think Gerrard will be all too aware of that. As I touched on earlier, Lafferty's played now, only started 2 games in the last 10. Touching on what the boy said earlier in terms of bringing Cummings in, the way we play with football, I think Cummings would, although he might fight and scrap for his place, I think he would have even less game time than Lafferty. So we do need options, but in order to try and get those options on the park, we're going to have to change our style of play, and I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
Aye, fair point, mate. But George, in fairness to Big George, he's been consistently a fan of Cummings and indeed Louis Moult. What do the rest of you guys think? Would you like to see any of they two in a Rangers jersey?
For me, no. I don't think we've got a problem up front. And if we keep wishing for Morelos to get injured, that's what will happen, mate. Alfred Morelos is a strong player. I think he's curbed his temperament very, very well. And the problem is, there isn't a problem up front. The problem's in midfield, mate. Celtic have got the exact same amount of strikers as we have, only they've lost one. But what makes them a wee bit different is the engine room in the midfield. You've got a quality player in Big Rogic who can score goals from outside the box. They're not dependent on their striker. And that's what we need. We need somebody in the midfield that's going to slip balls, not always to Morelos, but through defences for likes of Ryan Kent and Candias and things like that to run onto. That's where we are weak at the moment. We have no creativity in the side, and you can take a racing thing. If you put a selling player and put the best jockey in the world on him, he's not going to win, mate, because you've got to have the engine there to supply it. And that's what we have not got at the present time. We've got plenty of players that are average midfielders, but none of them creative enough to create the chances up front. I think we're all right with 2 strikers, but that's my opinion.
Shadow?
Yeah, the last thing is like, we've everybody, even the manager admits that we have the creativity in the last third of the pitch is the problem. So by saying it's deep, the problem is deeper. At the start of the show, people were saying we've got too many deep-lying midfielders, and with the limited budget we've got, you want to go and buy another one? Come on, he's a break. And the thing is say, we need another striker. We not only need to buy another striker, we need to get young Zach Rudden back into, bring him back in off loan. Either that or move Andy Dallas up into the first team squad and get the lads some experience. We can't exist on just the 4 strikers, just the 2 strikers we've got at the minute. As you say, 1 injury, and what if Morelos gets injured, what's that trouble we've got? I think too many people are putting far too much weight on one wee laddie. He's still only 21, 22-year-olds to do all these things. And there'd have been a big difference if Morelos was playing. Well, Morelos was playing against Livingston. I don't remember him making a massive, great big difference there either.
Yourself, Falkster?
Well, I personally would like to see an extra striker, just even to have him there, because I think if Morelos does get injured, I know Fox is saying we're tapping fate. But the fact is, if he was to get injured, you are in a bit of bother. But it's not as if you have to go out and buy one. We do have the young players there. Zach Rudden, I think everyone's, one who's guys who've been watching him come through. Franks think, have big things for him, have high hopes for him, think he can do a job. And I would much prefer see like Zach Rudden, who's our player, to be sitting waiting to get his chance than someone like Big Sadiq, who's from an inexperienced player who we've loaned from another club. So I would, if we can get him away somehow, over the Christmas period. Maybe let him go back to his parent club and find another club for himself where he maybe feature a wee bit more. Maybe try and cut Zach Rudden's loan deal short somehow and maybe bring him in. I think that would resolve a few issues. But I have to agree with Foxy in that we definitely need a creative midfielder. I know it's all right saying that, go and find a creative midfielder. They're not easy to find. Every club's looking one, but I think that's what we desperately need. Definitely, we need someone in that park who can see balls that other ones just simply can't see. Because we do sometimes run out of ideas very, very quickly. Seen it the way at Livingston, we've seen it at Aberdeen as well. A wee bit of it at Spartak, albeit they're a better opposition, and maybe defend a wee bit better. But these teams like Livingston, you need someone who, when you just, I don't see it from any one of our midfields. I see Ajari playing well. He holds on to the ball very, very well. Koulibaly hasn't been playing just as good, but somebody needs to see that run. Somebody who's just got that extra bit of talent in midfield who can see the runs that average midfielders just can't see, and sometimes that's enough to get the ball over the top or through the channels into the likes of Kent, who's maybe running in, or your striker Morelos, whoever it may be, getting chances that unfortunately at the minute we just can't seem to create.
For me, I think you're absolutely right, and also totally agree with what you're saying, but I'd bring back young Docherty and hopefully bring in another attacking midfielder. I don't think Carlos Pena is going to be the man, though, for me returning.
Oh, jeez, no.
I was waiting to throw that one in there. Listen, he's back on the 31st of December and we paid over $2 million for him, I think they're going to have to do something with him, because he's got a past reputation. He's not going to be that easy to shift. He said the go apparently settled down now at the club. Is it Zanek or something?
Zanek.
I was going to throw that one in. Hey, what a turnaround that would be, if he turned out to be a player. But anyway, there you go, guys. But it's an interesting discussion. It's, there's been a few points raised tonight, that hadn't crossed my mind, being quite honest. We are awful dependent on Alfredo Morelos at the minute. And I'm wondering about Big Lafferty, where's he going to fit in eventually? It's a strange setup. Does anybody know if Lee Griffiths is still out in the lash with Lord Lucan, by the way?
I'd admire Blue Shadow and bringing the youngsters in, mate. But you see the way Morelos gets kicked all out of the park. What chance would a young boy have in the Scottish Premier League, mate?
I know, but I'm only looking, if you're talking about bringing in a youngster, mate, I'm only talking about bringing him in as he would be, I'd be looking at him as my fourth striker who I put on, when I want to give the like of, say, Morelos or Lafferty a break, give him 15 minutes and bringing into the first team again and creating this bridge that Craig Mulholland was on about from the youth to the first team. This is the start of it. That's what I'm trying to say.
But they've got to be physically in shape, mate, to play in the Scottish Premier League. Some of these young boys are very talented with the ball at the foot, but the physicality they would need to stand even 15 minutes on the part in the Premier League. We see the tackles going in for the back on Morelos and things like that. He's a strong man. Lafayette could take that as well, but a young boy would get absolutely mauled in the Scottish Premier League playing for us, mate.
A big solid lump of laddie, like.
Yeah.
I think I agree with promoting young players, but they've got to be good enough. I don't think youth comes into it, Derek Johnson, Wally Henderson, people like that come into a Rangers team, a better Rangers team than this, I would suggest, and done the business. I don't know if age is always a barrier, but I think you're right, Fox. I think it's a different game nowadays. I think players come in, they've got to be able to handle themselves nowadays, but we shall see. But it's an interesting conversation, But listen, guys, I'm dead aware we've not even heard the press conference yet. So if we can go in Newt and Fox, we'll get that lined up for us. We can have a listen to the press conference where we're talking about and the point where Stephen Gerrard jumped in and stopped Jordan Rossiter asking the question. I thought it was a bit of I don't know who asked the question, but I thought it was having a bit of a dig anyway, and Gerrard stepped right in anyway, but judge for yourselves. I'm on mute.
Stephen, has it been easy or difficult to pick the boys up from Sunday and get that response?
We give them a day off on Monday just to clear the heads and have a little bit of family time and get the results out of the system. I think that's helped, and the reaction in terms of the training session this morning was really good, what I wanted to see, and the players look ready and ready to go for tomorrow night.
Is it important to try and put it to one side, or do you have to analyse it and go over it again with the guys?
I know we'll analyse it. We have analysed it. We've spoke to individual players and spoke to the team collectively, and we've started obviously the preparation going into Kilmarnock, but there's nothing we can do to change the result of the weekend. It's a disappointing one for us, but good players and good teams, they react in the right way, and they try and get back to winning ways. And we've got a good group of lads in there. We've got a good team spirit in there, lads who are not happy with the result of the weekend, and they want to go and make the supporters happy again, and the only way to do that is to go and win this game tomorrow.
Is it key to start building that momentum again that you had built up previously?
I'm not sure momentum's the right word. I think what's important is we just go and get the 3 points and get back to winning ways. We had an incredible following there at Hampden at the weekend, and I'm sure the supporters are feeling very similar to ourselves at the moment. So I think we owe it to them in terms of a reaction individually, collectively. Hopefully that's the case, and we send them away tomorrow happy.
How do you learn from it as a young manager? Because after the game you said the buck stops with you, etc. Is that something? Is it a learning process for you as well, or a result like Sunday and an experience like that?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
In what way?
Well, you look at it, you analyse yourself. The first thing I do, even when I was a player, is I self-reflect on myself. What did I do? What did I get right? What should I have done different? And I've also have confidence and belief in myself that I'll help get the team back into that position again, and try and think about the things you didn't do too well and do it differently.
Kilmarnock coming up, a team you've already managed to beat in the League Cup this season. What sort of game do you expect at Ibrox?
Well, they're in good form. They're sitting second in the league at the moment. We've got a really good manager, a manager who I've had experience with of working before, so I know Steve will come and he'll try and frustrate us. He'll try and get the crowd on our back, and that's what he'll do. And he's got a good team and he's got good players, so our respect for Kilmarnock, whether we beat them or not at their place, is irrelevant. It's a different game. They're coming in with confidence, so it'll be a really good test for us. But I think the lads are lucky in a way, our lads, because this game comes around pretty quickly. The worst thing you want after a semi-final loss is a long time to wait to play again. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the reaction from my players.
Is this the perfect opportunity for them really to sort of prove their mental strength to you, that they can bounce back from a setback like that?
Yeah, it is. That's what it is. It's an opportunity, and the crowd might be slightly different tomorrow. Because when we've played in front of them before, we've had that momentum, and they're in a good place. So it's very important that we play well and we start the game well tomorrow to get the crowd with us, and then we go from there and see what we can do. But my belief and confidence in the players hasn't changed because of the weekend. I thought we played really well within the game, and we got caught on a sucker punch of a counter attack. I mentioned that we didn't have enough quality in the final third, and hopefully we'll put that right tomorrow.
Alfredo and Kyle Lafferty back for tomorrow night. That was
both back in the squad,
the final areas.
They're both back in the squad, yeah.
I think that'll be a big boost for yourself when you said they lacked quality in the final third.
Yeah, for sure.
As a club, Stephen, Rangers will obviously have scouting staff out, looking at players, looking at games year round. Have the staff flagged up any players or positions to you for January yet?
Do you want me to tell you who them players are?
If you would.
That's an ambitious question from you. I'm not going to tell you who they are, am I? I don't think any manager will tell you who the potential targets are or who the scouting, but I think this club's had scouts in from day one, and it'll always have scouts in forever, because it's a club that's always searching to improve and tweak, because we want to be competitive on all fronts. So We will always have scouts moving forward, I'm sure we will, and a recruitment that we've got every confidence in, that have done exceptionally well in the 3-4 months that I've been here, because we are better, we have improved, we are moving forward, so I think the people in the scouting department and recruitment deserve a lot of praise.
In terms of players here, Borna Barisic, any update on his fitness?
Still injured.
Has he suffered a setback of any kind? Or?
Yes.
And does that look like a long-term situation there? Or?
No, it'll be a couple of weeks tops.
And also in terms of Umar Sadiq, he appeared to warm up with the players this morning and take part, and then did some running with Gareth McCauley. Is there a knock there?
No, his physical output on the weekend was huge in terms of running and high speed. It's his first 90 minutes, so we think he'll take longer than normal because it's his first 90, so it's more of a protection.
Is there any other bumps and bruises from the weekend, ins and outs for the squad?
No, I think we're fine. Ovie Ejare's got a knock on his ankle, so he's a doubt. No one else to report really than what you already know. So we go into the game with a strong squad.
Jordan, have you noticed that the players are they raring to go tomorrow night to try and bounce back from the Aberdeen defeat?
Yeah, no, 100%. Obviously, we all know how disappointing Sunday was, and as the gaffer said, it's a great group of lads, and we just need to go out tomorrow and take it out on Kilmarnock, and hopefully go and get the 3 points.
Is it good for you to be back involved? I know obviously you missed the weekend, but you played against Hamilton. Is that you getting that feeling back in the squad again?
Yeah, no, as I say, it's been a long road back to full recovery, but as I say, it's been brilliant just to be back in with the lads. Obviously, just involved on Sunday. Great to be out there. Big occasions and things like that. But I know I've got a long way to go myself to get back to me full sharpness, full match sharpness. But as I say, just delighted to be back.
How tough has it been when you've been out mentally to cope and keep coming back?
Yeah, no, I'd say, obviously, it's no hard thing. There's been a lot of setbacks in the few years I've been at Rangers, but as I say, I'm in a really good place now, physically, mentally, I'm in a great place, and I just need to keep on doing the right things on the pitch, as well as off the pitch, to make sure I stay available for the gaffer.
Yeah, it's been a good support as well, having that to make sure you get back and keep you right.
Yeah, no, 100%, as I say, obviously the gaffer Showfay put me in, Hamilton, he's got me back involved, and as I say, I just want to repay everybody's back who's helped me over these few years.
Do you need to try and put a run of games together now to make sure you stay fit and try and keep working and progressing?
Yeah, 100%. I just need to stay available for selection, and obviously there's a lot of competition for places, which is what you'd expect when you're at a club like Rangers, so I just need to stay fit, stay strong, and when my chance comes, hopefully I take it.
Jordan, as a player, to hear your manager say, if the players we have right now don't improve and start producing a bit of quality in the final third, my job is to find players that will do it. What effect does that have as a player? Is that a motivational thing to hear?
Well, I think at any
I'll answer that. It's a warning. That's for me, that, not him. He's been injured for 2 years. At a big club, you'd expect big players to step up on big occasions and provide big moments. If that doesn't happen at any big club, the manager and the recruitment, they find better players or players who will do that.
There you go, guys, just love listening to you, Rossa. Kilmarnock. Brilliant.
Kilmarnock. I love it.
Whenever that lad speaks, I want to go out and check my field nuts.
Hey, you. Harry Enfield. Calm down. Right, that's enough of that. I thought should Mr. Gerrard have come away with that in public? That statement? Anybody?
I don't think he's saying anything that nobody's aware of. Every team's got to move on and try and get better. And if the players that he's got at the moment aren't doing it, then there's not a manager out there. I don't think we're not trying to get the quality better. So I think he's quite entitled to say it. There's a little bit of man management, I think, involved, so that you don't demotivate your existing squad by doing it. But I think our squad should be man enough to realise that that where their failings are and take it on the chin and try and improve. And if they can't, then the writing's on the wall from them, according to our gaffer.
Your comment, mate, a shadow.
I mean, he was all right. I mean, the only thing that slightly worried me is he said, the players were upset after losing the cup semi-final. Well, I'm sorry, were they a wee bit worried, a wee bit unhappy after even after the Hamilton game? I know we won that game 4-1, but it wasn't a great performance. And then it wasn't exactly, we did all right against Spartak Moscow, but it wasn't a great performance there. So, when are they? It's fine them being worried about it or upset about it, but when I say, are they going to do something about it tomorrow night for me?
Well, we shall see, Jordy.
It's the same in any walk of life too. If you're not doing your job, your gaffer's going to look for somebody who can do it for you. It's as simple as that. Maybe it wasn't as clever coming out and saying it in the public, but I would love to think every one of the players in that park. Because I see, to be honest with you, I would say 10 of the players in that park on Saturday never done the job that was expected of them. They're playing the semi-final for Rangers, and even for Steven Gerrard as a manager, he would expect a lot more than for every one of them to go there. I thought we were poor on Saturday. Did they have to say? I don't know if I had to say it or no, but I think he's just letting everybody ken that he wasn't happy. So I'm quite happy actually saying it, because it shows that wee bit of passion, shows he's wanting that wee bit extra. And if you're not willing to do the job for me, I'll find. And he never said somebody better. Somebody's willing to do the job. He's not saying our players aren't good enough, because he actually said that, Ken. He's not saying that he'll get somebody better. He'll just get somebody else that can do the job. So I think it was a good comment to make, to be honest.
Okay, mate. Yourself, Ulster?
I was happy enough of it, to be honest, as he said himself. He's just sending out a warning. Let's face it, other managers in the recent past who have come out and made excuses, etc., for players and for themselves, and we've all cracked up after it because they haven't come out and been honest with us. So I think the gaffer coming out, telling it how it is. You're playing for Glasgow Rangers here. You have to do it in the big before, not just the semi-finals. You have to do it in Livingstone. You have to do it at Motherwell and all these other places. And if you ain't doing the job, you'll not be there much longer. And I think it's a fair comment, because we know what football is like. We know what managers' situation is, especially in this era that we're in now. If you don't get performances after a long, spell of time, or even short time, depends what club you're at, you can find yourself out the door and under a lot of pressure very, very quickly. And I think the manager will want to get the players in that can do it. But hopefully that's enough. Hopefully the warning's enough. The public coming out in the public like that is enough for these players that we do have to come and do the business. And we can just add to the quality as we need it. But if they don't step up, they'll not be there much longer. I think Steven Gerrard hasn't missed and hit the wall. He's just being honest.
I wonder if Dave King choking his claret when he heard Steven Gerrard saying, "I'll just buy them in, we'll see." Fox, what did you think of the comments?
I think it's the first time we've heard it in public, but I'd bet it's not the first time the players have heard it on a one-to-one basis, mate. I think similar things have happened after some of our displays this season, and I think he means what he says. Anyway, we've been joined by a caller on the phone. I don't know who it is, so there we go to it.
Evening, caller.
Yeah, good evening to you. I just get fit, Rock. I'm a Rangers fan. Always have been a Rangers fan, right? Since I was near to a grasshopper. But this Stevie G, I think he's doing a good job. And these people, these Rangers fans that are slagging him off, I wonder if they could do a better job themselves. Just leave the guy to get on with the job, and he will bring back the great time, this great club. Stevie G will. I just get fed up on my phone. They're slagging him off. They do this, do that. If these chaps can do any better, let them do it. What they seem to forget, right? We're top of the group in the Europa League, right? Not like that other half from Glasgow, right? And that's saying a good thing now. All right, we got points against Sparta Moscow, but we're still there and we're still in the group. So these people should start thinking, no, look on the positive side. We're going to have a great side. We will have the the days coming back. Stevie G will bring them back to Glasgow Rangers, a club that's always been there. And I'm a great believer, right, that we will have the good times back. But it just aggravates me that these people that are slagging the team off and slagging Gerrard off, if they can do any better, let them go on the pitch. Let's see if they can do it all. It just aggravates me with these people. It really, really does. All right, we lost. on. All right, we lost on Sunday. Pardon?
I'm saying that's a good point. What do we call you?
Yeah, my name's Tom.
Right, Tom. Thanks for the call. Tom. Carry on, sorry.
Yeah. Like I said, all right, we lost on Sunday. That's what do you call it? It's just one thing, but in the 4 or 5 months that Stevie G's been there, right, I think he's done a good job. All right, we lost. It's not the end of the world. There's a Scottish Cup. There's a league. Yeah, there's a Europa League. So we've still got 3 competitions there we can go for. And if I had the choice to win the League Cup or the league, I would go for the league any day. I think any Rangers player would. Because at the end of the day, go on.
I think, Tom, that you maybe be picking it up a wee bit wrong, unless it's coming over like that. I don't think many people on the panel here are actually having a go at Steven Gerrard. I think it's the opposite, mate. I think we're having a go at some of the players not being able to carry out Steven Gerrard's instructions. And the Rangers fans as a whole, mate, are 100% behind Steven Gerrard. There's nobody calling for his head that I've read about or heard people speaking about.
Oh, I'm not saying that, but like when I go on my phone, right, I see on Facebook, like there's someone saying, saying this and that. It's just the odd minority fans that just gets up my back. Just let the team get on with it. And like I say, if they're not playing well for Rangers, right, get rid of them. Bring in new stuff that wants to play for the club and play for the jersey. That's my motto. I think that like Rangers are a great club. We always have been, and we've always been there. But it just aggravates me that I see on my Facebook that the small minority fans, right, having a go. It's all right. If the players don't want to play for us, get rid of them. Bring a new talent like that wants to play for Rangers, and that's the way I feel about it. But I say we've still got a league, we've still got a Europa League, and we've still got the cup to go for. So there's 3 big competitions. We can win probably 1 out of 3 or 2 out of 3. That's what I think.
See what you're saying there, Tom. It's George here. See what you're saying there. You're bang on, by the way. It's not been a great start to the season. Let's be honest. The league season. I mean, European Cup. I think it's a bit of a dream the way we've played in the Europa League. Sorry, I think we're doing well in that. But I didn't actually think there's many managers out there that could have come in and done the job that Steven Gerrard has done. I mean, a lot of the guys in the panel here will probably tell you we're in dreamland to as and how we're doing in the league this season. I mean, the league's not the best in the world, but for the year where we are in the UEFA Cup is a different story. So for folk to be slagging them off and things like I said earlier, there's no immune to criticism. But I don't think there's many managers out there that could have geared us the start to the season that he's geared us. We're playing in Europe and things like that, so we just need to keep on going and doing what we're doing, basically.
Yeah, just get a guy, Tom. I think he's done a fantastic job. He's a great player. He knows all about football. He's won all these trophies, so he's been there and he's done it. Give the guy time, and I honestly, truthfully believe in one heart right that we can win the league. I still maintain we can win the league, and I do think we will win the league. And that's I may be wrong. You people on the panel might think I'm wrong, but I genuinely believe in right that we can win the league. And if we win the league, it's a good thing for him in his first season.
It would be an amazing thing, Tom, and I think everybody in this panel will love to see us winning the league this season, my friend.
I think Tom's making some very good points there as well. Like, you know, if we add a few players in January and say we have a really good, you know, we really kick on the league and we win the league, you know, you'll totally forget about that game against Aberdeen, won't you? You know what I mean? But as Tom says, you know, if you're going to get put out of any cup, I suppose the League Cup's probably the weakest one out of the lot. You know what I mean? Where the league's probably priority for all of us here. So. But yeah, Tom, you're right. Yeah, I think, you know, Stephen G, we're all behind him here in the panel. I think we all believe in him, definitely. Yeah, you know what I mean?
He's a great guy. I've got every respect for Stevie G. But like I said, if I had the choice to win the the League Cup or the league, I'd go for. I think anybody would as well. I think you guys would say, right, yeah, all right, we're out there, right. We've got a better chance of the league now because instead of going for 3 cups, we can go for 2. That's the Scottish Cup and the league, and then if we do well in the Europa League, fair play. At least one thing, right? At least we can hold our head up. At least we're top of our group, not like the other shit that's on the other side of Glasgow. So at least we can be very, very proud of what we've achieved in Europe.
Yep, where are you calling from, Tom?
I'm calling from Middlesbrough, a place called Preston. I was bred and born in Fife.
Right.
And I moved down to England when I was 14. And I've always been a Rangers fan. And I love my team. Although I don't see them play right, I've always followed them. And I've ever followed them since I was about 7. And I'm 67 now. So I'm a Rangers through and through. And
it never leaves you, Tom. Never leaves you.
Pardon?
It never leaves you.
No, it doesn't leave you. No, I'm on holiday in Cowdenbeath, and going back May or something, I got my photo taken with one of the Rangers players, Alex Smith. He's got his he's got his own pub in Cowdenbeath. So I was very, very honoured to get that, and I told my friends, very, very honoured of it. And it's a great privilege. But I've been a Rangers fan. Well, I was saying, I will be told I'll go to my grave. I love Rangers Football Club. It's the only team in the right. If I had to choose anyone, and if it wasn't the Rangers, right, it wouldn't be anybody else in Britain because the Rangers in my life. I love Rangers to bits.
That's a fact.
And I'm very, very proud of it.
One of our panelists' favourites isn't at Cowdenbeath, isn't it, Ulster?
Pardon?
I had a holiday in Cowdenbeath. It didn't go too well.
Yeah.
We drew 0-0. So that was a different part. Tom, was there anybody who's impressed you out of the players this season? Who you've seen?
Pardon?
Has any players really impressed you?
Well, the thing is, I wasn't impressed with Morelos going back when what's his name was in charge. What's his name? Before Stevie G came in.
Pedro
and Murray, I think.
Yeah.
Pedro Murray, Jimmy Nicol.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed with him then, but I'm really impressed with the guy now. He's got a chance to prove himself now, so I'm quite a good fan of Morelos. And one or two others not. Just all we've got to do is just keep our chin up, just keep playing football like we can do, and then in the season see what happens. But I still think we've got a chance of the league, myself. If Stevie G, if they don't want to play for Rangers, get them out. Get them out and bring new talent in that wants to play for the club and that wants to be a part of this great club, and it'll always be a great club in my eyes. And that's the way it'll be. I get some stick from people in England because I support Rangers. They say, well, why don't you support Middlesbrough? I say, well, I'm Scottish. No, I'm Rangers through and through. They just, no, it's just idiots. That's all it is. But I love the Rangers to bits. And nothing will change it.
I don't think you'll get any arguments on here, Tom. I think we're much the same.
Yeah, I know that, yeah. I know that, but I just thought, well, I'd just ring in, just give it a go, and at the end of the day, ain't it? But like I says to you, if I did choice, I'd like to think that we can get a double. I'd be happy with a double, like the league or the league and the Scottish Cup. But if not, if we get the league, that'd be a good thing for Stevie G on his first season. That's what I believe. I genuinely believe that. I've even told my two lads that even my oldest lad agrees with me. He thinks that Rangers will win the league. Oh. So even he's a Rangers fan as well.
Well, sincerely, I hope you're right. Do you like to ask Tom anything?
Pardon?
Just asking the panel if any of them would like to ask you a question.
I've got a book, and it's the things I've read in about the Rangers, right, is unbelievable. Things that I never ever knew. Like the book's called The Gallant Pioneer, and it's one of the finest books I've ever read. If you ever get a chance to get it, buy it. And the things in there, right, absolutely brilliant.
Well said, Tom.
Pardon?
Well said, Tom. That's a great book.
Yeah, well, it is, mate. It is. It is at that. But like I says to you, just keep going. Result tomorrow night. Good 3 points tomorrow night. It'll do us a world of good.
Do you go up to the games, Tom?
No, I'm not, because I can't get tickets, because I've tried to get tickets, but I can't get tickets for the games at all. I'm finding it very, very hard. I would like to go. Last time I went to Rangers was 86, when we were in the Champions League. Steaua Bucharest was suing us. And,
Tom, if you ever want to go to a game at Ibrox, give us a phone on this show, and we will get you a ticket, mate, if you ever want to go to Ibrox.
I'd love, my dream is to go to an Old Firm game at Ibrox. That's my dream. I've always wanted to go to Rangers and Celtic.
I like how you start off with an easy one, Tom.
I know, but I know the other games are nice, but it's the best derby in the world, and I've always wanted to experience the atmosphere with a Rangers and Celtic game. And I say, before I do go 6-4, I would like to go to a Rangers and Celtic game, actually, at Ibrox. That's my dream, that is.
If you got a ticket for the Rangers Celtic game, could you get up for it, mate?
I can get any time, because I'm on my own, see, I'm a pensioner, right, and I just said to my lads, I'm going on holiday. I can stop in Cadbury if I am now. Yes, I would. I'd love it.
Well, I've got your phone number here, Tom.
Yeah.
The coming up Rangers and Celtic game, I'll give you a phone a week before it, and hopefully I'll have a ticket for you, mate. How'd that do for you?
Oh, cheers.
Free of charge from this radio station, mate.
Oh, lovely. Thank you very much. That just made my night, that has.
Well, I'll keep your number. I'll keep your number here, and I promise you I'll give you your phone a week before the Rangers Celtic game, and I'll have a ticket for you, mate.
Right, lovely. Who am I speaking to? What's
Fox?
Pardon?
My name's Fox on Rangers Radio, mate.
Yeah, lovely. Listen, I can't thank you enough for that. I mean,
it'll be my pleasure, mate, and I'll meet you in the city centre and take you out to Ibrox. Get you to your seat, pal.
Lovely.
Can I just say to all the Rangers supporters out there, you've just witnessed what it is to be a Rangers supporter and how we stick together. So a big shout out to Fox there for that.
Thank you very much. And the funny thing is, right, you'll never guess what my surname is.
Go ahead.
It's Gemmell. Yeah, Tom. Yeah, it's Gemmell. Gemmell. Yeah, because when I was up, right, I've got my name. I've got Gemmell 51 put in the back of my shirt. So that's actually me. That's actually my surname. Sounds funny, doesn't it?
No bother, Tom. You look after yourself, keep yourself fit, and I promise I'll be in touch a week before the Rangers Celtic game, pal.
Right, lovely. Cheers. I'm most excited now. Thank you very much.
No problem, Tom.
Right, well, listen, thank you very much, and thanks for listening to my jibble jabble. And,
no problem.
Thank you very much for that.
Call in anytime, Tom.
Aye, that's it.
Anytime. It's been a pleasure having you on.
Yeah, okay, cheers, lovely. And thank you very much for getting me that ticket. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing you.
Right, pal, no problem.
Okay, then. Thank you very much. Take care, and good night. God bless.
Cheers,
yeah,
pal.
bye. Bye.
Right, Tom.
Bye. Bye.
Well, Fox, you've not made my night like that since I got you drunk and dressed you up.
As soon as the guy said it's his dream to go at 67, mate, I'll make sure I get one from him. Even if it's my own ticket, you can have it.
Did you say birds?
No.
Oh, that's mute there again. Great gesture, lads, eh?
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
That's why we do this, isn't it? For things like that. Well, well done.
I've still to tell the Oxford he's no going to Rangers Celtic game, right enough.
Aye, absolutely brilliant, Fox. Well done. It really is good. You're talking about an old fella there, supporting the Rangers all his days. Stays down in Middlesbrough, can't get up for a game. Last game he was at 1986, Steaua Bucharest, Souness. That was the one he made that notorious tackle, I think he's talking about. Always his dream to go to a Rangers them game, and you've come up trumps, Fox. Rangers Radio, can't beat it really, can you?
Amazing.
Aye, well, I've got a big lump in my throat. What do you think of that, George? You thought that was Charles Green that was on, didn't you?
I did.
So did I, to be honest.
Nah, that's absolutely fantastic. You hear a boy saying that, and you hear his passion for the club, and I like it when people say, because I'm the same, and everybody's the same. If Rangers doesn't exist anymore, true, I wouldn't have watched football. I would watch another sport, or I'd go shopping on a Saturday or something like that. And that's what that boy was coming across there saying. And I said to him, do you ever get to a game? No, I didn't get to very much. It's hard to get a ticket. It's hard to get a ticket for the Rangers games nowadays. But and then Fox pulling that one out of the bag. So no, absolutely brilliant. That's what it's all about. That's really brilliant.
I'm much the same as yourself, George. If the Rangers didn't exist, I would need to fall back in my second favourite sport, the ladies' beach volleyball.
Well, that's mine as well, true. See, we've got that in common as well. Aye, I like that.
Aye, but great gesture, Cushy, eh?
Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. When you hear the age of the boy coming on and that's his team, absolutely fantastic. It was a great call.
Shadow.
Oh, it's great. It's just a fantastic. Commend Fox enough, and just to make the guy's dream come true, it's like pure class.
I'm disappointed it doesn't do all broads, but there you go. You can't have it all roads, eh?
Well, Skipper's wondering if he does trips to California as well.
Skipper, he's looking for triangle lessons. But once again, guys, we've come to that time of night, but what a great way to finish a show. Absolutely fantastic. So no doubt we'll follow up and hear about that one in the future, but George, thanks very much for calling in tonight. Blue Shadow, as usual, helping out. Big Ulster. Cushy number, thank you. Who else called in? Your Tom. Absolutely delighted to have Tom on the phone as well. And Fox, I thought you'd done a great thing there. But having known you, I would come to expect nothing less, being quite honest, mate, and that's what Rangers supporters do. So, a big shout to yourself, Fox. Have I forgot MD in the panel?
Ulster?
Then I'll mention Ulster.
You've hurt my feelings.
Did I miss you, big man?
Don't know how.
I know. I'm only kidding, but seriously, guys, thanks very much for calling in. It always makes things so much easier when you've got a few callers in the phone. But once again, thanks to everyone, you and yourself, Fox, for the technicals. To everybody listening on YouTube, on Twitter, and all the madmen and ladies in the lobby, thanks very much for listening. We'll be back on here tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. No. Pre-match show, Fox, what time? Well, Fox is away getting tunes lined up. But we'll have a pre-match show and a post-match show tomorrow night. So, see you tomorrow night. This has been Rangers Radio. Good night, everybody.
I've sailed the wide Atlantic, rode the broad Pacific shore. I've sailed around the stormy capes, I've heard the parties roar. I've flied the Indian Ocean, I've sailed the China Sea. Well, there's a sea back home in Scotland, means more than all the rest to me. It's the blue, it's the blue sea of eyebrow. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of Ibrox. And it happens when the orange beat the green. No more I'll sail the seven seas, no more I'll ever roam. No more I'll feel the urge again, I'm back where I belong. At 3 o'clock each Saturday, I'll join the happy throng, with Rangers banners all around. We'll proudly sing this song. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of Ibrox. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of Ibrox. And it happens when the orange beat the green. It's the blue, yes, the blue sea of Ibrox. It's the greatest sight that I have ever seen. It's the blue, it's the blue sea of Ibrox.